That's still something that has yet to be surpassed, but you know, it's okay. It's gonna come with time. Well, in the meantime, let me check the sound. Let me see if everything's fine. Should be fine. Yeah. There you go. So now that this is on, again, welcome to Touhou 11. And Subterranean Animism is a game that, as I said, it's hard, but it doesn't really have bullshit, or at least not what I would call bullshit. It's a game that is a lot about very hard patterns, but not much more than that. Now, the hard thing about this is that I want to do it on Lunatic, but the issue is that I already did this on Lunatic with Raimway and Marisai, which means I want to pick other shot types. Those being Reimu B or Marisa B. Because Reimu C is garbage and Marisa C, it's very bad. I wouldn't call it garbage, but it's, you know, not good. I think I wanna try with Marisa B just to see how it goes, because Reimu B is very weak in firepower. This one at least not only deals decent damage, but also has a lot of versatile tools, because she has multiple shot types. It's like multiple shot types in one. By pressing both focus and shot, you basically switch your shot type at will. Though your shot type is basically the angle that you are aiming, nothing more, nothing less. Something that is bad about this shot type though is the fact that her bomb is trash. Because it doesn't do anything more than well, obviously avoiding death, but it doesn't deal damage unless you are right next to the boss, which sounds like a bad idea altogether. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, most bombs in this game work like that. If you're not right next to the boss, the bomb is useless in terms of damage. As you can see, that's the bomb right there. And you can see it not being very useful. But you know, the main purpose is to keep you alive. And for that purpose it works. So it's better than nothing, pretty much. But you know, being better than nothing is not really something that should define a bomb. Something that I remember from this game is that on stage 1 it's a little bit hard to gather power if you're gonna bomb. There's not that much power drops, obviously, because you're in stage 1. So it becomes pretty hard to not use bombs in this stage. But it's fine. That was cool, at least. The fact that I've been able to capture both spell cards from Yamame, that's cool. Alright, let me switch to water. Because basically this shot type has, you know, it's supposed to be different elements. And depending on the element you have a different angle. In this case, the angle is wide. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be about. Ah, that's a shame. What a dumb way to die. Well, it's the way it is. I barely remember this game really. Well, I mean, other than some very specific patterns that are very hard to forget, for better or for worse. But I don't really remember the little things about the game. So, there are a lot of patterns that I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed by it. But it's okay. I mean, how bad could it be? I don't think it will be that bad, right? I mean, I definitely expect at least to get to stage 5. Well, to the boss of stage 5. If I can get there, I'm gonna consider this a success. Especially with this shot type. It's funny, but if it's not with both A shot types, you know, Raymue and Marisa A, the bombs in this game are trash. Like, they are super bad. And obviously, bombing is very essential when you're trying to shoot normally one coin clear and not, you know, do something like a no bomb. Also, how is it going? Oh fuck. Damn, I switched the shot type. That's fucked up. Basically, one of the biggest problems that this shot type has is that when you... Yeah, that's the issue. When you stop shooting and you start shooting again, you activate the net's combination. It's so bad. But you know. Yeah, Par C is here, and the funny thing is that that's because it's Par C, the fact that that happened, because otherwise it wouldn't have happened. Wait, what? I mean, Marisa B, if you press focus and shoot at the same time, you change the angle of the shot, which is not what I want in that case. But I should have approached that differently. Never happened to me? I don't know what you mean it never happened to you. It's a game mechanic. What you mean it never happened to you? It happens if you make it happen. If you press shot and focus at the same time. That's how you switch. That's the whole point of Marisa B, that it can angle at different, well, angles. Not that. And what's that then? Ever accidentally switch? Well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm not using gamepad. Just wait a bit. Yeah, just wait a bit. Just tell the boss to wait for you. I mean, yeah, hey, hold on. Let me switch. Let me use my focus and my shot. I don't know, I don't think the boss is gonna understand that. Doesn't seem like a very good idea, but you know, it's okay. Also, I think that for Yugi's non-spells, the best thing to do is use water, so that way you destroy the yin-yang orbs. That's not gonna be... Oh, it actually was enough. Nice. A little bit uncomfortable with my hand position, I gotta say. Don't know where it needs to be, but definitely not the way I have it. Ah, nice laser. Very good one. Alright. Okay, I need a better hand positioning. I think the keyboard has to be closer to me instead of being far, so that way I can press my... How the fuck do you call this? Well, whatever the fuck you call that body part. But you know. Yeah, it seems to be better. I completely forgot. How the fuck do you call that body part? The link between your hand and your arm. Wrist, right? I think that's how you call it. Yeah, the wrist. Well, that thing. Actually, it's better to have it as close as I can to me. I'm also surprised that I never really tried to one coin clear this game with Marisa V. I'm actually surprised. Why wouldn't I? I mean, obviously this shot type is relatively bad, and by relatively I mean quite bad, at least compared to both Reimu and Marisa A. But, well, I guess I never considered the option. I mean, that's what I say before, compared to the A shot types, you really have nothing to offer. I mean, this game is pretty interesting, pretty much because of that. The shot type strength, I feel like it goes from strongest to weakest from A to C. Like A is the strongest, B is the middle tier, and C is the garbage tier. For both Marisa and Reimu, that's the funny part. For both of them, seems to be that way. Nice, I like getting killed at the very last moment of a spell card. Hey Kai, how is it going? Yeah, I wanted to play this game for some time. The funny thing is that Windows Defender recognizes, because this is the Steam version, right? And Windows Defender recognizes the executable as ransomware. pretty funny. Even when you go into the page that explains the thread, the page says that it's an attack where the attacker is gonna encrypt your files and is gonna request money in exchange for the key to disencrypt those files, right? Yeah. I mean, Soon really doesn't need to encrypt my files to get my money. So, you know, couldn't go through that trouble. That's a common problem with Touhou games on Steam. Yeah, I'm not sure about that though. Because I only had it with this game. I didn't have it with any other Steam game so far. Even UFO that some people reported as being the same as Subterranean Animism, that really is not the case. Yeah, ransomware, you can call it like that. Basically, yeah, ransomware is how it detects the executable. You know, I feel that if it's gonna detect any game as a threat, the one that should actually identify as a threat should be Touhou 12. That game is a threat. That game makes you violent. So I feel like Windows Defender should be sharper. Identify that shit as what it is, a threat. But, you know, I don't really know how many chances of getting to the last stage I have with this shot type. I'm honestly not sure. Because really, I feel like the furthest I can get is to Odin. And when I get there, I'm probably gonna die to her because that boss fight is completely ridiculous to say the least. So, you know. But it's okay. The good thing about this game is that it probably has the best resource system the best life system of every Touhou game. Basically, if you don't die in a pattern, you receive a life fragment from the boss. That's super good. Because you basically don't have to worry about getting extra lives. You just have to worry about dodging. The bomb system really is not the best one, but at the same time, you know, I will take this bomb system if the life system is gonna be like this. Like, I'd rather have this bomb system and not have, for example, Touhou 14 life system that is about auto-collecting. Like, rather have a very straightforward and simple life system like this one. Oh, I didn't see the life fragment. That's my bad. That's a reset. You play this game on hard on Lunatic, you use an auto-bomb patch. Yeah, using an auto-bomb patch seems to be a very common thing. I don't use any kind of patch other than the English patch, which I'm not even using right now, so you know. A lot of people have been telling me to use the practice patch, for example. But you know, I don't really like using patches that affect gameplay. Maybe at some point, but I don't know. I feel like the charm... I mean, these things are supposed to be hard, you know, so using a practice patch to me basically... I mean, it's kinda like using a difficulty modification patch, pretty much. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's cheating, I'm just saying that it's something that, I don't know, it's... I mean, it's an advantage that is not included in the game. Well, obviously, that doesn't really matter, especially in a single player game of all things, but I personally wouldn't really use it. You know, I mean, using the gameplay altering patches is fine, like I don't mind other people using it. I'm just saying that I personally don't like using them. But you know. Well, to be honest, I remember using a patch that altered gameplay once, which was the boss rush patch for UFO, funnily enough. It was a pretty interesting patch. Basically had to fight all the bosses with limited resources and you only got some resources at the end of each boss. It was cool. It was, wow. You know what's not cool? This non-spell. I don't know what Sun was thinking with this non-spell. Like, I don't even know if maybe it's a mistake, the fact that the Lunatic variant is made like that. Because it really feels so stupidly hard for no reason. But maybe it's intended, I don't know. Because the rest of her patterns are more understandable. But that first non-spell makes no sense. On Lunatic, I mean. Obviously, in lower difficulties it's done properly. Especially considering that, you know, that's the first non-spell of the first boss. Well, that's a shame. Seems that this is gonna be really hard to get. But, you know, I already knew that. I already knew that. Just a matter of, you know. Seeing how far I can go. Stage 3 is not very convincing. need more than that. Stage 3 is definitely quite poor, to say the least. So let's try to change that. Also, you know, it's pretty interesting because lately I'm getting more and more tempted to buy the standard subscription of Trackmania. You know, see, the problem is it's not about the fact that I can pay for it. Of course I can, but it's more about, do I want to pay a subscription for a game like that? Like, it's not about the amount, it's about the concept, right? Like, to me it's ridiculous, to say the least, to pay a subscription for a game like that one. But I don't know, I'm quite tempted, unfortunately. You avoid dodging Parsi? Yeah, because I keep forgetting that she has no hitbox there. Not like it really makes that much of a difference. Well, that makes a difference though, getting hit there. I'm fucking deleted. That's the fucked up part. Here you have to wait until you can shoot again. Need to wait, because if you don't wait it's gonna switch the shot type. That's so fucked up. And so annoying too. So I think that, I mean, most Touhou games have a huge, a huge difficulty step between hard and lunatic. I think that Subterranean Animism might be one of the games where you can notice this the most. Like, hard and lunatic in Touhou 11 are day and night. Lunatic is absolutely insane in this game. It's kinda like in Touhou 14, I guess. Touhou 14 also has a very huge difference. But you know. Oh yeah, fuck. I mean, I keep forgetting. For these patterns with the yin-yang shits, I'm supposed to use water, not fire. God damn it. It's okay. Am I cornering myself? No. Not yet. Also gonna be a shit ton of dead bombing in this game. This game has a lot of very slow bullets and tiny bullets. Those slow and tiny bullets are usually something that make it relatively easy to dead bomb. And at the same time make it something that is most likely gonna happen because of the bullet density. You're most likely gonna see a lot of dead bombing. Well, not now because I have no bombs left, clearly. Ooh, that was super close. Alright. Damn it. That's not the right one. There you go. The good thing is that if I can get... if I beat the next non-spell, I get an extra life. Pretty funny to say it that way. I'm basically desperate for an extra life to stay alive when I'm only on stage 3. But, you know, this game is pretty much like that. At one point you think you're absolutely dead, and at some other point you can be super close to actually beating the game. It happens a lot, especially on stage 5 and 6. Stage 5 usually destroys you. You can get enough resources in stage 6 to actually fight back. You think everything is over, but in reality, it's not over. It's not over till it's over, basically. As you would expect. One of these one of these patterns I should attempt to bomb on the boss face. To bomb on the boss face. So that way, if I bomb it on the boss face, I will be able to deal damage with the bomb. Get fucked. Him. 0.05 points of power away from having 1 point of power. And also 1 bomb. Which are the same thing in this game. Oh man, you know, the funny thing about Odin is that she's a pain in the ass even when you're not on her boss fight. It doesn't matter when, if you see Odin, you know that it's about to get painful. It's fucked up, but it's like that. It just works like that. Can deal with all that horse shit. I could bomb. Yeah, honestly, it might be a very good strategy to start doing that. Patterns that I know for a fact that they are super hard to dodge, to me, should be bombed like that. Because it deals an interesting amount of damage. It's not enough to completely cancel the attacks, but it's enough to leave a very sizable impact in their health. You know. So I gotta say that when I'm full power, some stage portions become quite easy. Not that one though, but you know. This is fucked up. When I was ringing this game for my first one going clear, I was sometimes hearing this cat scream in some dreams. I mean, it's just a generic cat scream. Well, I mean, at least generic in base, because it's a little bit distorted to make it sound more ghostly, right? So yeah, that's the concept here. I basically think that the strategy that I should go for is if I bomb close to... No, sorry. If I bomb far from the end of a pattern, regardless of if it is at the beginning or at the middle of it, what I should be doing is, well, do what I say, getting next to the boss and bomb on their face. Because that way, I can get rid of the spell card, or well, whatever pattern it is, relatively simple, instead of wasting like an insane amount of bombs, you know. Unfortunately, that only works when you have 2 points of power, right? Or more, but yeah. Do this bomb really deal damage? Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna show you right now. Here, look at this. It's not that good, but hey, it does something. There are some cases that if you know that the pattern that you're dealing with is a pattern that you struggle with a lot, might as well run up to the boss and bomb there. Yeah, it works, and as I said, I should be using it more because there are tons of patterns where I just can't do much against, and those patterns will be better deal with by just doing that. Unfortunately, I will say that, well, most of Odin patterns are like that actually, but the problem is that I struggle a lot with stages, and on stages that bomb is completely worthless. That's the issue. That's pretty much the issue. But even if that's the issue, it's okay. Stages in this game are not easy at all. Especially stage 4 and 5. Stage 4 and 5 are complicated bunch. I also kinda wanna try Ray Movie, even though I know that using Ray Movie here is a mistake. But I need to try. I mean, if I don't try, I will never know. Well, I will never know. I think that I will know, considering that Ray Movie really lacks a lot of shit. It only has an advantage, which is the fact that she has aim shots, but even the aim shots are extremely mediocre, to say the least, because they don't really do that good of a job at aiming. They do aim, but they are the kind of aim that basically need of you for aiming. That's not really auto aim, you know, by definition. It's some pseudo auto aim. Muaya is fun to play. Yeah, the problem is that Rei Muaya is the worst shot type in the game. And not only she's the worst shot type in the game, she's also really bad. She basically doesn't have anything positive. Like, it's even a bad shot type even if you ignore this game. Like, even if you compare it with other Touhou games, Rei Musi in this game is probably one of the worst shot types ever. There are worse, yes, but it has to be one of the worst. The only benefit that it has is that if you TAS, like, she can be invincible. Well, invincible. She can basically skip bullets. But that's only useful if you TAS, because no human will be able to do that. At least not for the whole game. Basically, when you're not pressing any button, you move so fast that some bullets literally go through you. But you know, it's impossible to take advantage of that fully without TASing, basically. That's a lot of text. But you know, it's alright. Then see, for this pattern I should have bombed right on Yugi's face. That's what I need to remember more. And in this fight, I think I should bomb. I should bomb in, you know, in her third non-spell. That's a lot of bombs. I probably should have bombed her at the beginning here because I didn't have enough power to really counter the Yin Yang orbs. Yeah, that was another missed opportunity. Need to play smarter. Definitely not playing smart at all. Try that in hell. Yeah, problem is that it will be better if I could use a better shot type, but you know, I brought this to myself and complain now. Maybe for this one I should use water, but I think I can stay in the middle for the most part. Shouldn't be a problem. Well, not really, no. I guess not. Okay, this one should bomb. Yeah, that pretty much skipped the pattern, okay. I need to do that more, basically. There you go. Pretty funny when you read the spell card names in Japanese, like it's so much different from reading it in English. You read the spell card names in English, they sound so fucking stupid. When you read them in Japanese, they are all basically a collection of kanjis. Now obviously I'm not saying that the meaning itself is not stupid. It is, but it doesn't look stupid. You know? And also it doesn't occupy half of the screen, which is also a plus. But you know. Another funny thing is that I'm pretty sure there is a lot of Japanese people that cannot even read those spell card names. A lot of them, if I'm not mistaken, have very unconventional kanjis. So, you know. I hate Orin. I hate this character so much that I really wish that Sun did not invent her, but unfortunately he did. It's a shame. It would have been better to have literally any other character, but it had to be her. Now, I think that what's funny is that isn't Orin supposed to be a Kasha? And if she's supposed to be Akasha, isn't Akasha literally a flaming wheel? Like literally, like a flaming wheel with a face. So I don't know how it's even related to the fact that she's a cat. Right? I'm gonna Google it when I get killed here, but I'm pretty sure Akasha is supposed to be a blazing wheel with a face. Unless that's a different one and I think it's that one. Now, I understand the wheel, she has a wheel in her corpse carrier shit. Called Hell's Traffic in Accident. I don't see much traffic down here though, unless we count fairies. Isn't that a Buer? Buer? That doesn't sound like a Japanese name. Buer. I'm pretty sure that's not a Japanese name. May be wrong, but I mean, you can't just finish a Japanese word with an R. I don't know. I think I'm bombing this one. So, problem is that she has, I think, that damage shield that doesn't allow her to get hit. I'm looking at pictures of Kashas and they look like demons with fur and fire on their back. Really? So like a Cyndaquil? Cyndaquil's supposed to be a Kasha? Huh. I wonder what the flaming wheel monk is called. There is a yokai that it's a flaming wheel that has a face. I don't know why they were, what the Japanese were thinking when they imagined that shit, but I don't know how that one is called. I thought that was the Kasha, not that it was something else. I'm probably wrong. I don't know the name of that thing. Oh, that sucks. Oh, talk about a waste. Alright, I guess I can use this opportunity to Google how Akasha is supposed to look like. So Akasha, wow, the first thing that appears is a cereal. Well, the first and only thing that appears. This is serial shit. Nice. Not a single mention of the Japanese yokai. Okay. So if I say flaming wheel demon. Oh, okay. So it's called Wanudo, apparently. So it's a different one. It's not the one I thought it was. Alright. Kasha yokai. So the Kasha is just as Kyle says. Well, it doesn't really have fur. The one I'm looking at is basically a guy in underwear with some flames in the back. And by guy, I'm being very generous because this shit looks like a crazy homeless old man. Alright, that's interesting. So how was the other one called? Wanudo. Okay, that's gonna be hard to remember. Also, how is it going, Yami? Found that image you search? Yeah, it's one of the first one. But yeah. I think nudo means monk, right? Or am I wrong? Yes, I think that shit is supposed to hold the spirit of a monk. It's Art Station. Don't know what Art Station is. It sounds like a web page. I remember that the species that Unsan is also called a nudo something, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also supposed to be a monk. No. That's where you find it, I see. But yeah. Basically, you know, Japanese are stoners and all of that. Nothing new. Alright. Well, if that's the case, then that's weird, because we never got that yokai in Touhou, even though apparently it's such a common tale, the flaming wheel. Well, maybe it's a common tale because of how fucking ridiculous it is. A flaming wheel with a fucking face on it. Though, funnily enough, it's not the most ridiculous shit that Japanese folklore has. There is quite a lot more shit. which also reminds me that Japanese people were probably one of the, well, probably not one of the first, but they were furries for since almost the beginning of their history, considering that they were telling tales of foxes that could turn into humans and have family with them. So, you know, they are one of the first ones. Well, again, probably not one of the first ones, but considering that the tale of the kitsunes are so old, I will say that, you know, they've been furries for quite a while. They've been furries for some time. You know, they didn't even stop there. So apparently the kitsune are not the only one that can do that. The tanukis can also do that. That's pretty interesting. This fox tail is also common on North Europe. And everyone is a fucking furry. Unbelievable. But you know, it's basically what I said the other day. People have been degenerate since ancient times. Like, a lot of people are like, you know, when they see something degenerate in the internet, they are like, damn, look at this degeneracy, we should go back to old times. Dude, old times were the same, with the difference that we didn't have the internet to share that degeneracy. Well, I guess you could make a point with that. Yeah, sure, the internet wasn't there. So, even if that existed, you didn't need to see it. Well, you still don't need to see it, you just accidentally do. But, you know, still, degeneracy was always a thing. Nice. Nice. That wind element completely saved my ass. Saved my ass quite hard. Nice. Also insane, well, both in this game and kind of on Mountain of Fate, how much it changes when you are full powered and when you are not. Which is something obvious, I mean it will happen in any Touhou game, but in 10 and 11 is when you constantly go to lower levels, you know. Can I do this without dying? Yeah, I actually can. Very hard. Because this phenomena shit always fucks me up one way or another, so fuck that spell card and fuck Yugi too. We're not doing so badly, honestly. Could be worse. You know, it will be super nice, but also will probably make this shot type quite broken if the fire element dealt more damage. But obviously, that will probably make this shot type... Well, I don't know if it will be broken, honestly. It obviously will be super good. You know, it will be nice that if you weren't... Ah, come on! That's such a stupid ass death. These fucking lasers. They always gave me trouble one way or another. Like even when I was playing this on normal a long time ago, they always gave me trouble. Fucking spawn of those lasers is just so shitty. Also interesting that if you seem to get closer to the boss, like if you're able to bomb right in the middle of the boss, I think the bomb deals more damage. Because I think that every single circle that gets a spawn on the bomb deals individual damage. So if you're able to hit the boss with all of them at the same time, you obviously will deal more damage. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it kinda looks like that's the case. Probably should also use the bomb up there for the spirit thingies. Looks like it will be the best idea. Wish I could have gone up there sooner, but... that's not gonna be enough damage. But that will. I don't know why I even worry about getting score in this game. Or doesn't do shit other than giving you score, obviously. Why would I want score? Doesn't do anything for resources. I could have gone there. That's a shame. I always forget how you're supposed to dodge this pattern, unfortunately. Like, I never remember. I could have bombed, that's the sad part, but I never remember how to properly dodge it. It's not even that hard. I just don't remember. Why did you bomb there? I'm gonna bomb this one here. And that's quite some damage. That's super hard to dodge. That last wave of bullshit is so hard. I don't remember the spells here. I mean, I know that they are the EOSD, well, some of them I think are the EOSD. I think she also takes some from the fighting games, but I can't remember that. I know she takes some from the fighting games when it comes to Yukari. Probably. Well, and obviously Suika, right? Alright, I'm not dodging your horror shit. That was an unnecessary one. No, actually, all of them are from EOSD. I mean, slightly altered versions, obviously, but... But okay. Well, at least I reached stage 5. That's something. I could shoot these things down, but I don't know if it's a good idea or not. It probably is not a good idea if all I want is just surviving. But you know, I can still survive. And now the cat. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even know if I'm gonna reach the cat at this rate. I hope I do, but... You know that to reach the cat I need to get through this barrage of bullshit, you know. Might not happen. With this bomb being so shit as it is, bombing the only thing that will do is prolong my suffering. Okay, don't shoot. Now, see, here's the problem. The only hope that I have, having no lives left, will be timing this thing out. And even then, that's not gonna work. Probably something that won't work. But if I actually don't time it out, it's gonna be way worse for me. Jeez, that was pure luck at the end. Still, having no power here, that doesn't look good. Having no power to do shit, like I said, I will just prolong the suffering, but this is not gonna go anywhere. Okay. Nope. But hey, at least I got to halfway stage 5. Well, kinda halfway. No, yeah, it was halfway. It's a shame though, because, well, I think that what I should do with, like, my problem there was not, obviously I didn't remember what Satori spells were, because that's something that I Like, I didn't play with this shot type for a very long time, so I didn't even remember what she had. So what could have been different there is that instead of wasting like 4 bombs in one spell of Satori, that I will just bomb in her face and skip the patterns. That's what would have changed, and here I probably would have gotten 1 life. That wouldn't have been much because I still need to deal with the clusterfuck that is Odin's fight, but you know. Before continuing with Marisa B though, I want to try Ray movie. This is probably a bad idea that I'm gonna instantly regret, but I want to see. I just wanna see. I'm obviously not gonna try neither Reimu nor Marisa C because those shot types are bottom of the barrel garbage, so there is no need to try them. You know, there is absolutely no need to know what's gonna happen because the outcome is gonna be quite obvious. Well, one good thing about Reimu is that at least she has a smaller hitbox. Oh, that's a shame. So at least this bomb does something at the when you're not next to the opponent. What this bomb is supposedly doing is returning bullets. So it's still the most effective when you bomb in the boss phase. But other than that, you know, not very useful. Going on. He still doesn't deal a bad amount of damage, honestly. But considering that it doesn't really have that much more advantages, you know. Well, other than the hitbox. Hitbox is an advantage. Honestly, the damage is not really that bad. I mean, it's better than I remember, at least. But you know. As you can see, what the bomb does is return fire. Which maybe, now that I think about it, in lower difficulties it definitely doesn't work, because the bullets are not very numerous, but considering that this is Lunatic, maybe it is gonna work. Damn, that was so stupid. Getting killed by that, absolutely ridiculous. I don't know, dude. This doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, I probably should say. Which is not the same thing, but especially if bombs are gonna deal damage, this isn't really that bad. Alright, well, let's see how far I can get. it's a shame because, funnily enough, the hardest thing for this shot type, differently from other auto-aim shot types, is the stages. The stages are probably the place that she's gonna struggle the most, which doesn't make any sense. Stages should be her strength in an aim shot normally. But here, since the shot is barely aimed, I guess the only good thing is the bomb. Like for example, if I were to bomb, remember stage 5 when I got there with Marisa B? The difference is that by bombing there, I will actually be able to return fire instead of not being able to do shit. So you can tell that the damage is still inferior to Marisa B. And so is the range. Alright. Wrong side, huh? I hate that non-spell so much. But I only hate it on Lunatic. It's really only that ridiculous on Lunatic. On hard it's not even close. When the bomb works the way it should work, the damage is pretty interesting. And it lasts for a relatively long time, so definitely not bad. If I should use it more, it's what I'm trying to say. Here, I'm gonna bomb this one. Shame that in stage portions like this one, it's not really gonna do much. That's really the biggest problem. As I said, the actual part where she should be good, which is in stages, just like any other aim shot in the series, is her actual weakness. So that's something that is completely useless to me. In which case, fuck Ray movie. So let's go to Marisavi again. Because really, stages is something that you need to deal with. I mean, no shit, but you really need to. You can't just have a shitty shot type for stages, especially not in this game. Basically, well, the characters that I've been able to one-coin clear this for, which are both of the A shot types. Funny thing is that they have been, they are both characters that are very good on stages. Marisa A has an insane spread, and Raimway has the teleport. And this one, Marisa B, actually has a lot of spread when you use the water element. So all together, they are all shot types that are very good at killing stages. When you look to Reimu B, Reimu C, and Marisa C, all of them are trash at doing that. Reimu B basically because it sadly has no range outside of the bomb. Reimu C because, well, she doesn't have any advantage in the first place. And Marisa C has the worst range in the game. So, you know, basically like that. So you really need a strong shot type. A strong shot type to clear stages. I mean, obviously being able to clear bosses is super useful too. But you can clear stages, you suck. Honestly, I think that this might be, well, there are worse cases, but this game is just one of those cases where the shot type completely changes the game. I was talking about that earlier, how in Touhou 4, and well, early Touhous in general, basically didn't have such a tremendous difference between shot types like we have in more recent games. This is a very good example of that, but basically almost every game after this one is like that. Like 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, well 16 a little bit less, but you know, 17 and obviously 18. All games where the shot types are insanely unbalanced. The only one of the modern games that I will say that is not unbalanced, it's 10 Desires, Touhou 13. 13 is actually quite more or less balanced. I mean, but that's probably because the way the mechanics in that game work. That game heavily relies on the spirit world. So with that spirit world mechanic, and with the patterns really not being that complex in the first place, doesn't really matter which shot type you pick. And also, Except for Youhou, the idea of the shot types is more or less the same. There is no crazy bullshit like, for example, Sanae or Raisin in Touhou 15. Like, sure, there are characters stronger than others, but the difference is not that gigantic, basically. That's the case. Pretty funny how it always happens. That time I got healed by the first spell, but the second non-spell that almost always give me trouble, I've been able to do it without getting hit. It always happens. It's impossible to do everything well. You have to fuck up in one thing. Doesn't matter which one, but there has to be a fuck up. Otherwise it doesn't count. Oh, still have lives left. Well, I should reset, honestly, this is pathetic. Reaching stage 3 without lives is absolutely pathetic, but I guess I can try to keep going. Pretty funny how the first stage of this game has this song with that sad piano that is super fitting for when you restart. It's like, oh shit, here we go again. Very well done, because usually most stage 1 songs are cheerful in Touhou. There are a couple of exceptions where that's not the case, like for example, well, Touhou 17, but that's because the stage 1 in that game is in I think, was it in Moensuka or I think it was close to there. I mean, it was near the Sansu River, so it's the place where the dead souls wander around. It makes sense, and this one it also makes sense because it's you are going to an abandoned subterranean place. I keep forgetting that I should completely cancel this shitty ass non-spell at the very beginning. If I have power to bomb, I should bomb right next to it. There is absolutely no reason to not bomb. God fucking damn it, dude. That non-spell is so fucking garbage. But it's okay. still haven't found a way to properly dodge it. Because there is a pattern, obviously, but I still don't understand how. I just don't understand how to dodge it. I wish I knew, but I just don't. I keep forgetting about this shit, dude. Bomb that shitty ass non-spell. I keep forgetting. Just keeps escaping my mind. And that's because I never done it before. Pretty funny though, but... back when I was a new player in Touhou, I thought to myself, well, if you cannot do the stage 1 boss, then what awaits you for the other bosses? That's a very bad mentality to have in Touhou, because Touhou is definitely not known for having balanced bosses. Most of the times the final boss is not even the hardest boss in the game. There are some occasions when it is, but I think there are more occasions where it's not than where it is. Like, I can think, for example, you have, you know, well, if I go in order, it will be Mima, Shinki, 18. Who else? Well, Byakuren, no, I wouldn't. No, Byakuren is definitely not harder than Sho. No, not at all. Who else? Well, Shin Myomaru, I think it's a good example. I think that boss is still the hardest boss of the game. Seisha is really annoying, and so are the Tsukumo sister, but... Well, actually, now that I think about it, the Tsukumo sisters probably take the cake. Yeah, no, that's a bad example, actually. No, I actually don't think there are many more. I think that other than Mima, Shinki, and 18, well, Shikieki, I guess you could say. Well, Yumemi, well, if we count the Phantasmagoria games, then for sure, those would be the case too. But, you know, for the most part, in every other game, other than those that I mentioned, the final boss is not the hardest boss in the game. So basically, you cannot have that mentality in Touhou. That mentality of, if I can beat an early boss, I won't be able to beat a late boss. No, that's not the case at all. Most of the times, they are not even balanced. They are not even balanced to follow a weaker to stronger order, right? Most of the times it's not even like that. Reminds me of Exceed. Stage 1 boss in hard is the hardest boss in the game. Really? What Exceed? You mean the third one or the second one? Because if it's the second one... I actually don't remember what was the first boss of Exceed third. I do remember the boss on Exceed second. Third? Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. I actually don't remember. But, you know, there are some games where it becomes extremely gross, this lack of balance, and the best example is Lenin 2. Lenin 2 basically has the stage 2 boss of the game being the hardest one by far. It's so stupid, but it's the way it is. It also applies to Lenin 1. In Lenin 1, the stage 2 boss is kinda the hardest one as well. Yeah, the enemy is the speech game. But you know, yeah. Lenin is a game that is very well known for being unbalanced as shit. Like, if you think that Touhou has bad balance when it comes to bosses, it's because you haven't played Lenin. Right there you will see how bad balance can get. And boy, it's nasty. It's absolutely nasty how bad balance in that game is. Just absolutely nasty. And it's a shame because doing that is really a way to filter players. And I'm not, you know, a lot of people use the word filter as a positive thing. No, I'm using it as specifically a negative thing. If you make the hardest bosses be the first one, a lot of people are gonna say fuck this game. And they are gonna be right, because obviously they are gonna expect the rest to be way harder. It's what's logical, but it's not the case. No. But yeah. And again, these games are not made by many people, so obviously there aren't that many beta testers. Or more importantly, the beta testers that they probably have only check if the game works. If the game works, they are like, yeah, it's fine. Actually remember to bomb this time. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the issue. wonder if soon paid royalties to display the Mickey logo just like that. Are you allowed to do that soon? Also, because the devs don't want to fix their games once they are done, it will mean to redo things. Some devs do fix their shits, but some others prefer to think the show is done. I don't think, well, yeah, but I mean, it's not because the game is done. Even if the game wasn't done, they will still be like, whatever. Because the thing is that they are developers. A developer is always gonna want to do the least amount of work possible. And obviously, if the people that make the game are only developers, there's not gonna be anyone to tell them, hey, this shit is horseshit, please, change that shit, right? So without having that pressure, the developers are like, this is not that balanced, well, but it's good enough, right? Because yeah, I'm a web developer, and look, if something works with the indications that I've been told, I'm not gonna bother in fixing shit that was not in those indications, unless it's something that obviously completely interrupts the correct functionality, but at that point it will be going against those instructions. So, but if there's something that can be done better, but it was not part of those instructions, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, come on, bro. What do you think? And obviously, these people are also developers of their own game. And even if it is their own game, when it comes to your own project like that, there is a honeymoon phase where you are super motivated and you want to do a lot of shit, right? Like you are like, damn, I want to work on a lot of the things related to my project, right? Like I want to do it. But the longer time passes, the less involved you are, to the point where it becomes a job like any other. And at that point, those little details, like the game balance, are things that, it's like, who gives a shit, right? You think to yourself, who is gonna give a shit about this? Since I don't, why will others, right? And but I don't think it's a bad thing in itself. I mean, after all, it's a miracle in itself that these sole developers can even make their own games. So because of that, I will say that, it's a minor issue compared to, the fact that they were able to do a functioning game in the first place by themselves. So yeah, more or less like that. But it's the thing. Programming is very mentally taxing, and even more so when you are doing that in a game. when so many things can go wrong. So you know, just you know, in regular programs that are, you know, like data entry programs or shit like that, things can go wrong, obviously, but compared to video games, it's not even close. I'm working on one and I know that once it will be done, I won't fix shit. Well, I mean, it's the way it is. I personally, as you will know, I really like video games, right? But every time I think to myself, then, how will it be if I actually made a video game? Because I mean, after all, I'm a programmer, I know how to. Sure, there are many things I don't know, but I already have the base, right? The base knowledge. But then I think the huge pain in the ass that it will be, and then I'm reminded that, yeah, I probably should not do it. Yeah. Video game development is absolute garbage. Really. Like, you really need to have a lot of patience. No, not patience, passion. More, well, patience of course, but also, can I politely ask you, Yami, of stopping with the negativity, please? A little bit tired of reading negative shit. I mean, just please, like, if you can say anything positive, please don't say anything. Like, just, you know, just as a favor, right? Like, if you don't have anything nice to say, please don't say anything. Because, you know, I don't really want to deal with that, you know. There is also music assets, yeah. But even if that was something that was already done, because that's something that you can absolutely get from free libraries, right? Like, you know, there are a lot of assets that are free. Unity has that. You have pages that allow you to give you free font, free audio fonts, right? Shit like that. But that's not even enough. Come on, Yami, I'm asking you nicely, like for real. Just asking you as a favor. Just do me that favor. Hey, come on. Or is that too much to ask? Well, even if it is, please make an effort. But yeah, even when you have all the assets, video game development is still a piece of shit. Because in the programming part of a video game, a lot of things can go wrong. You know. Because video games are basically real-time programs. Shit is being calculated constantly. a lot of shits are interacting between each other. And a lot of interactions are implied, right? You have a base for code. You know, being a small indie dev sucks, basically. But so does working at a big company. Basically, what I'm just trying to say is that video game development sucks no matter what your status is. Doesn't matter if you work independently or at a big company like, I don't know, Activision, whatever, any game company that is big enough. It sucks. It's a piece of trash. So you know, you have to be like really passionate about programming to enjoy coding video games. And notice that I say passionate about programming and not video games. Doesn't matter how passionate you are about of video games. If you're not passionate about programming, coding video games is a piece of shit. Because it basically has nothing to do with video games. The struggle, everything, doesn't have anything to do with it. So yeah, you don't want to do it. Motivation is dying. No, but that's normal. I mean, the big majority, I mean, I'm not trying to bring you down. I'm just saying that, you know, that your case is not rare, that you are not at fault. But I will say that a big majority of game projects don't finish. And that also includes the big companies. I'm not just talking about indie developers. Video games in general, as I say, the big majority of them never get finished. Obviously you wouldn't know because you never know of the games that, well, you know of some games that don't get finished. But there is a shit ton of games that you never know that existed as an idea and they never turn into anything. Again, I'm not trying to say this to discourage you. I'm just trying to say this as a way for you to know that it's not uncommon. Like, don't blame yourself if you... I mean, hopefully you can finish the project. But don't blame yourself if you don't. Because it's something that is super common. It happens in the majority of cases. You know? So it's not your fault. Also, how is it going, Yannick? Yeah, ransomware. Kinda is. I've been stuck on the first 3 stages for a long time. What happened to Yami? What you mean, what happened to Yami? The same thing that always happens. I just told him to tone it down with the negativity. That's it. Because, you know, I don't like reading it. I mean, no shit I don't, but, you know. Anyways, the thing is, this game is a little bit too much for me. It's a little bit too much, a little bit too hard. Which I already knew, but It's very hard. It's very, very hard. But it's alright. I really can get out of the first stages. It's really hard. It gets good after 100 hours. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, my streams only last for 3 hours, so I don't think I'm gonna get there. So, you know, it's a shame. But, you know, the biggest shame is that unless I try beating the game with either Raymway or Marisa A, I'm not gonna beat it. Not on Lunatic at least, obviously. That's my biggest issue. Like, basically it's completely useless to try this. It's absolutely useless. You know that I wouldn't ban you, Yami, I will just ignore you. And by ignoring you, I don't mean, you know, not reading you. Well, yeah, I mean that, but I mean literally using the ignore function on you. I mean, you will still be able to talk, it's just that I wouldn't read what you say. I mean, I don't like banning people, and I won't. I rather ignore than banning. So, that's probably what's gonna happen. But, you know, see, that's the problem. I don't wanna use that as a threat. Like, I don't want that confrontation, which is the reason why I'm asking you nicely. Just asking you nicely to tone it down, that's it. You know, don't want to negotiate. This is not about that. I just want to, you know, chill. And that's a little bit hard, you know. But you know, I mean, after all, that's something that I also recommend to everyone. Back when I was on Twitch, I think I remember some people telling me, hey, why don't you ban Eds people in chat? Because they didn't like what they were saying. And I'm like, dude, if you don't like Eds people, just use the ignore function. It's there for a reason. I'm not gonna ban someone that doesn't break the rules. So that also applies to me, you know. Obviously, not gonna ban for not breaking, sorry, not gonna ban for, well, yeah, for not breaking the site rules, but I can ignore. But again, that's the problem. I don't want to present the situation that way because it sounds like a threat. Like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna ignore you. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to make it sound like a threat because it's not even a threat in the first place. Which is the reason why I try asking nicely. Because, you know, communicating is the best way to resolve things. You know, obviously do whatever you want. I mean, not like I can stop you from doing it anyways. So, yeah. A gun does the trick. I mean, gun ownership is illegal here, but even if it was legal, I don't think that shooting, you know, someone that is 30,000 kilometers away from me is something that I can achieve. But you know, I wouldn't do it either. I mean, come on, bro. Doesn't seem like a good idea in the first place. Yamame opener. What you mean by Yamame opener? But you know, it's a problem. Yeah, I figured that out. The strategy that I have is basically bomb on her face on the first non-spell. Problem is that I didn't have any power to do so, but that's normally my strategy. Just bomb that, skip that shitty ass pattern and be done with it. I was also talking about game balance before and how this game is not balanced at all. And Yamame's first non-spell is one of the biggest reasons, no, but it's a very important reason. That's how you did it? I see. Oh, speaking of which, how is it going, Colo? I was just saying that if you could please, both you and Yami could tune down the negativity. Because, you know, I don't like it. So I would like to just, you know, for you to stop, if it's possible. That if it is possible, you don't have anything positive to say, to not say anything. You know, just asking you as a favor to do that. You know, no compromise, just as a favor. Distance is 9,500 kilometers. Huh. You say that I can... No. Polo is very big, dude. I can really do that. Polo is even taller than me. And I'm already quite tall. No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Yami, but both of you have that same problem. I understand that you don't mean, you know, you don't mean ill, but you know, lately I'm just getting a little bit tired of reading negative shit, that's it. So you know, that's why I ask you if it's possible that if you don't have anything positive to say, if it is possible to just not say it. That's it, like, nothing else, you know. Because as I say, I'm lately just, I don't know, getting a little bit tired of that. But it's okay, you know, as I say before, it's a favor that I'm asking, you know, no compromise. I mean, not really. The Discord channels I hate, I mostly hate them because they are full of attention whores. Thankfully in this channel, that's something that I gotta be grateful for. They aren't really attention whores, or at least none of the regular viewers that I have is. That's the thing that I hate the most about Discord channels. People being negative, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but I mean, I hate attention whores more than negative whores, you know. Use a gun. A sneak attack. I don't know about that. Not very good at being silent myself. So I don't think I can do that. We are regular whores. Regular whores. Didn't want to know that much, but you know. No. No, well, another thing that I hate from other Discord channels is also the mods, but the problem there is that that's kind of like being a little bit redundant. Because mods are precisely that, attention whores. Like, if you're not an attention whore, it's very hard to become a mod. Unless obviously it's a small channel. And a small channel is like, you know, if you want to have mods, you don't have many options, right? But in big channels, if you want to become a moderator, you need to be an attention whore. It's like a requirement. Otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah. Moderators. Meh. Every time I remember moderators, dude. They're the kind of people that I wouldn't want to know in real life. That's for sure. Moderators are, you know, let's not talk about moderators, because every time I talk about moderators, I worry that I might go far in insulting them, and that maybe, I don't even know what killed me there. I will say something that crosses the line. But you know. When I first started watching Twitch, I didn't understand why people would actually request being mods. Then I understood they like the stupid feel of power it might give them. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the reason. There is a reason why so many people use the phrase "he does it for free," because that's exactly the case. They do it for free. Precisely because they are getting paid in attention and, well, as you say, that fragile sense of power, right? That's the thing. That's the reason why I despise moderators so much. Because, you know, you could think to yourself, damn, if someone is doing a good action for free, then they are good people, right? Like they are doing something without any compensation, just for the, you know, for the wellness of the channel or whatever they are moderating, right? But no, then you realize they don't do it because they are good people. Or at least not most of them. I mean, at least not a single one of them that I know. All of the moderators that I've seen in big channels are all the same. Hungry attention horse. Well, and also power tripping bitches. So you know, when you understand that, it becomes quite clear why they do it for free. Because to them, that's not free. To them, that's even more worthy than actual money. Now obviously, I wouldn't say that they are completely at fault, right? I mean, the way that this kind of social interactions work kinda present the opportunity of that happening, right? Well, there is a very popular concept that is being said nowadays, which is the concept of a parasocial relationship. And that kind of thing just fuels that kind of shitty behavior. That's also the reason why, you know, I try to, you know, well, I don't use thumbnails for my videos. I don't try to attract people easily, because attracting that kind of people that will fall for clickbait thumbnails, for example, right, just to give an example, are the kind of people that usually have that kind of behavior. That kind of cycle, that vicious cycle, right? So, you know, that's like thinking politicians care about other people. Well, I mean, politicians, I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure that in a different time, people that now become moderators, in their time, like before the internet, some of them will probably become politicians. For sure. Or policemen. One or the other. Wanting to have power without doing anything. That's unbelievable, dude. No, but it's not like they live rent-free. I mean, I'm just saying what my experiences were. Yeah, they want to feel important. But yeah, as I say, that's just the way it works. That kind of parasocial relationship, which is the reason why I always try to, well, do the most I can to make sure that people that watch me don't think of me as a friend. Like, I'm not. I don't even know you. Most of the times I don't even know your name. I don't know how you look like, right? And that's fine. I'm not saying that that's bad, but right? I never wanted to give that impression. And in fact, I said it multiple times. I said it multiple times that, hey, just because you're watching the stream, which I obviously am thankful for, doesn't mean that I consider you a friend. Right? And I know that I'm sounding like an asshole. I'm pretty sure that that's exactly the case. But to me, if my concept of friend has to be minimum that I see you in person. And by seeing you in person, I don't mean a photo. I mean that you've been in front of me. Yeah, obviously with Colo, that's the exception, because Colo, I've been knowing him for literally 10 years, if not more, and he went to the same school as me. It's just that we have 5 years of difference, right? But like we know each other quite a lot, you know. So because of that, yeah, he's an exception, but it's not like he's a friend because he came to the stream. He's a friend because of all the story that you know, all the things that we shared in person, right? But you know, again, I don't wanna sound like an asshole to the rest, but to me, it's impossible to consider someone a friend if I haven't met you in real life. Like, that's to me a minimum requirement, which it's only a requirement. Like, just because I met you in real life also doesn't mean that you are automatically a friend. But to me, a friend is it's a very important, like a very strong word. Just like the word enemy is a very strong word, just like, you know, many other words, to me friend is also a very strong word. And yeah, I wouldn't consider someone that I knew on the internet a friend. That's to me impossible in principle. Like, my principles wouldn't allow me to consider someone as that under those circumstances. But you know, reveals the toxic nature. Yeah, I know. Like, I know that what I'm saying in this day and age probably sounds like a 50-year-old rambling. Like, I probably sound like an old dude that is out of touch with technology. I'm aware of that. But to me, you know, like, it's it really is. There are some things that just because technology gets better, they are just concepts that to me will not change. But you know, yeah, as Yannick says, that's the toxic nature. Yeah, I know, like, it's something that, I mean, it's a mixed bag. So for example, for Kai it sounds coherent, but for a lot of other people what I'm saying is outrageous. Like, a lot of people will probably be like, how can you consider someone that you talk to so much not a friend? How is that possible? But as I say, to me friend has a way deeper meaning. But you know, just because I don't consider someone a friend, obviously doesn't mean that I consider it an enemy. That's the thing, because a lot of people might think if I don't consider a person a friend, then that means that I consider them the opposite. No, not at all. It's just that, you know, to me it's very, very different, those two concepts. Which is the reason why I always say, when I refer to my regular viewers, that's what I use. I say regular viewers, I don't use any other term. Again, I know that I'm sounding probably completely ungrateful, probably, but that's how I feel. And you know that I don't like lying. Which doesn't mean that I don't do it, but I try not to do it. And here, that's genuinely what I think. But you know, I think that in the end it's probably just arguing over semantics, because probably, you know, it's just a difference of definition. Probably not a difference of feeling, right? Like, probably, you know, a lot of my viewers feel the same way about me that I feel about them. It's just that they probably have a different word for that. Well, which is the reason why I say it's pretty much like arguing over semantics. But to me, yeah, the concept of friend is a completely different one. And that brings us back to the moderator topic. Moderator are precisely people that have bought into that, as I say before, parasocial relationship, right? Where the streamer plays pretend, and they are pretending being your friend, right? And that can breed any healthy relationship, basically. That cannot be. You know, that's something that just cannot go right. Like, eventually, that's something that collapses. You know. From a long time ago, I always clarify this so that people understand, you know. But you know, honestly, I still don't think it makes that much of a difference. But there is maybe an wait, give me a second. Give me a second until Yugi decides to use her spell card, which is the only time I get to look away. That bomb was probably a bad idea. It was a bad idea, but it's okay, I'm fine. There's maybe an English word between friend and nobody. Yeah, I think there is. Like, don't you call those people acquaintance? I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's a hard word for me. I know that there is a word similar sounding to acquaintance. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's a super hard word to me. But that word probably means that. Someone that you know but you don't consider a friend. I think it's that one. But if you want me to pronounce that, you're out of luck. Significance? Nah, significance is not really a word you will use for a person other than your boyfriend/girlfriend. Acquaintance? Is that how you pronounce it? Acquaintance. Well, yeah, that shitty ass word, that's the word you're probably looking for. This run is good. Yeah, it's actually a good round. A good run. It's actually very good. Frenemy? Frenemy sounds like a cool word. But no, yeah. That word that I'm not gonna pronounce again, that's the word that you're probably looking for. You know. I don't know what the equivalent in Spanish will be. I guess you could say conocido, which just means that it's someone that you know, and that's it. This shit is gonna time out, no? And it's been a while since I captured that spell card. I can guarantee you that spell card isn't even that hard to capture. But it's not easy either. Yeah, conocido, exactly. Wow, that's interesting. I realized something stupidly incredible at work. It's called breakfast because you break the fast. Oh yeah, because you can... Well, it's basically the same way it works in Spanish. In Spanish you say desayuno because you know, it's what you use to combat ayuno, which means exactly that, fasting. So yeah. Yeah, it's the same in Spanish. It's what I'm telling you. Breakfast and desayuno. Yeah, I actually didn't think about it in English, but in Spanish, yeah. You're basically... Your brain is all over the place. It's one of those revelations. One of those beautiful revelations. Yeah. It is indeed the case in Spanish, just as it is in English, believe it or not. We call it morning coffee. Interesting. I personally will never drink coffee in the morning. Well, I personally will never drink coffee, but you know, definitely not in the morning. Fuck me. Café da Manhã, is that how you call it? I like it. Those stale talismans are fucked up, dude. Tamaña. Portugal is funny, they call it small lunch. Yeah, I know, manha. Oh, manhã. Nice, so it has accent on the last one. Yeah. Small lunch. That's in Portugal. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, words have a meaning. Like, and by that I mean that they actually come from somewhere. And that somewhere they come from usually, not always, but usually makes sense. And the lack of power is making this a fucking pain in the ass. Nice. There you go. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this non-spell. Sadly, I took too long to realize. Fuck. There you go. If I was not an addict, I would always have a coffee during the morning. Yeah, I know the etymology. There is always some sort of etymology here and there. It's the way it works. So yeah. All of the words have them, just that some have an etymology that can be a little bit hard to trace. It's probably a super old word or something like that. Nice. Yeah, this run is not going badly. The problem is that here comes what usually fucks the run up, which is stage 5. Stage 5 is a piece of shit. So, you know, this is probably where everything is gonna go to hell. No pun intended. Well, killing these enemies is pretty much worthless then. You're not going to make it. Well, not with that attitude. Though, no, I'm definitely not going to make it, but, you know. I can try. Trying is free after all. Thankfully here you don't need to waste credits like an actual arcade game. I don't know, should I try to time out Odin or should I try to actually get at least the... I'm probably gonna regret it if I don't time out, but honestly I kinda wanna get the life fragments. It's probably not gonna be a smart idea, but... Well, then again, I might accidentally time out. Yeah, never mind, I'm gonna time out regardless. Okay, no problem. Alright. I'll take that. Why not? Guess I'm gonna time out. I mean, sure, if you insist. Here they give you a lot of power, these enemies. Okay, don't shoot here, just stay still. I don't think timing out is worth it if you can bomb. 2 bombs and cat walks dies, or maybe just 1. Yeah, probably, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't want to time out, it's just that I didn't get enough damage to do shit. So, you know, I didn't really have that much of an option, you know. Well, here comes the end of the run. Hopefully you enjoy the run so far, because it's gonna end right here. what? Just give me an extra fragment. There you go. At least I have an extra life now. Oh yeah, this bitch is actually... Ah, damn it. I tried to go higher, but I couldn't. The screen fucked me up there. And even with that, you still don't fucking die, you nasty piece of shit. Oh. What's a pleasure. That's what I would like to say, but I would be lying if that was the case. Jesus Christ. Man. Odin really is something that, you know, how do you even... How did I even do this with Raimway and Marisa? Like, I understand those two shot types are way better than Marisa B. Like, that's something that I get. But every time I see Odin, I really have to ask myself, how the fuck did I do it? How did I do it? It's like it doesn't make any sense. Actually, you know what? Let me check something real quick. How many lives did I have at the start of this? 3? Damn, 3 lives? Just like this run. I also had 3 lives at the start of stage 5 here. Wait, so what was the difference? Other than bombing, I guess. So let's see. I died once there, which is something that I didn't even... So I timed this out, okay. I bombed twice there. What else? Well, see, here's the problem. I think this is a bad comparison, because this thing, when you lose your last life, you get to 8 points of power, and at that point you can choose to spam bombs like an asshole here. Pretty much. I might even die there, that's fucked up. It's interesting because, as you can see, I pretty much struggle in the same way. Wait, did I capture this? No, I didn't. I didn't even reach the last life. I thought that I abused full power, but that's not even the case. So how the fuck did I do this? What about Raimway when I did this? What did Raimway... Damn, Raimway had no... No, never mind. This is a stage. My bad. That was a stage 6. Stage 5. He had even less lives. I don't get it. How the fuck did I do this, dude? Because with this character, I cannot even say that I have used bombs. Like with Marisa B. What is my secret? Yeah, I know, no lives on stage 6, but that's normal. So this pretty much went the same way. Even worse, I will say, the stage portion. Yeah, the stage portion went even worse. So what did I do here, for example? Maybe I actually clear this non-spell without getting hit. Right? Is that what I did? What about this one, for example? Oh, this one I probably switched side. No, I didn't switch side. No, this obviously got bombed to hell. Oh, the Raimway's bomb is really good here. Because it completely pacifies the zombie fairies and it also makes their bullets disappear. Interesting. Well, I basically struggle like a motherfucker here. So what really was the difference? Hey, do you remember how many... Was out to say you were capping needles? Yeah, but... Do you remember how many lives I started stage 5 with? Didn't I started with 3 lives? So how is it possible that it went to shit so fast? That's the thing that I don't get. Maybe I didn't start it with 3 lives. Maybe I started it with 2 or 1. I don't know. Yeah, nice dodge. Nice dodge there, moron. Yeah, honestly, this looks standard. You die to Yin Yang's Popcorn and Carnival Spirit spell. Yeah, but doesn't make much sense. Did I die with bombs on stock? Because if I didn't die with bombs on stock, then it literally doesn't make any sense. Like how I performed that badly, because I'm looking at this shit and this is super standard. I die on the same spots as I die here. So how it happened? I have to check the replay. Well, the stream, I mean. Well, who gives a shit? I'm gonna try with Ray Movie just to close the stream, though this is obviously not gonna go well, but you know. Might as well close it with something that, you know, at least is gonna be a little bit different. Zombie fairy spell, yeah. But you started with 3 lives and got extend. Yeah, that's exactly what I don't understand. How, while getting that many resources, how did I end up performing worse than in my replays? That's what I don't understand. And by replays I mean both Raymue and Marisa A, right? Like it just feels weird. I don't get it. I mean, after all, I did what I normally wouldn't have done, which is particularly bombing right next to the boss when there is a pattern that I didn't like. So that's what surprises me the most. You know, maybe it's the fact that I bombed twice instead of bombing once. Maybe that's the main issue here. Instead of using only 1 bomb for each pattern, I use 2. But I'm pretty sure that's something that I also did with both Raymue and Marisa A, so I don't know how it went so badly. I need to rewatch it just to see what the fuck just happened. Because it went to hell very quickly, yeah, no pun intended. But yeah, like, it's one of those things that ended so quickly that I don't really know what happened. I feel that it should have gone in my favor, but it didn't go in my favor at all. You know, I'm quite surprised by that. But you know, I mean, Odin is a fight that I'm never gonna get used to. But even while with that being the case, I still should have done better. Ooh, that was super tight. Nice. Damn. That was perfect Yamame, wasn't it? Was pretty cool. can only do Orin with all the save spots and 4 power. Yeah, but I mean, see, the thing is, I understand that Orin is hard and all of it, and that I suck at fighting Orin. But what I don't understand is how, under the same circumstances with the other shot types, I was able to get through. Because I cannot even say that it's because it was other shot types. Because I really didn't use that much what the other shot types had to offer. That's what I don't understand. But I'm definitely gonna rewatch just to see what the fuck happened. Recently I learned that there are some games called Rockman and Ford for the SNES. Yeah, the Mega Man games, right? Probably need to use your bombs on the boss first so it gets to do damage. Yeah, I am aware of that. Like, obviously that will have been a really big advantage. What I don't understand is, like, I pretty much did the same thing that I did on my previous runs, which is wasting 2 bombs on the boss, right? So because of that is that I don't understand what happened. Get ready to bomb. Get ready to bomb. Oh, no need. This one is fucked up. Because the aim shots are slow enough to keep hitting the clone. Wow, that was so unlucky. God damn it, what a piece of shit. Okay, we'll need a bomb here. Most likely. Or no. Alright. The sequel is for the Wonders... The what? At least the bomb allows you to deal so much damage. Depending on the pattern, but on Lunatic it really seems like most patterns will deal a shit ton of damage. Just because of the bullet density. Bullet density is just too high. And here I probably should bomb right at the core of this shit, because honestly fuck this spell. That didn't do much though. Not as much as I would like. It's alright. Sadly, this bomb cannot really skip patterns, unless it's a very specific pattern, but It doesn't work like Marisa B where it just deals fixed damage if it's right next to the boss. Okay. Honestly, I'm not doing that badly right now, but let's see how long it lasts. I'm most likely not gonna be able to pick up yet. It's either ignore that life fragment or lose a life. So the trade is quite obvious. But at the same time, maybe losing a life there wouldn't have been a problem. Because I would have gotten a power up. Yeah, I don't know if that trade wasn't worth it. Well, it's okay. Too late now. And this non-spell sucks if you can't kill the yin-yang orbs. I might be... Damn, almost there. Oh, I'm dead here for sure. Damn, it ended right on time. Ooh, that was close. Nice. Jesus Christ. This has been an insane fight. Yeah, Bubble Storm is pretty fun. I couldn't have done much there. I got extremely unlucky by this spell. There wasn't much room to dodge that shit. But yeah, that was a cool fight. And I have a shit ton of resources. I'm actually surprised I have so many resources. Not doing that badly with Ray Movie. You know, this is where the real challenge starts. That sucks, dude. I'm sure that I dead bombed that, but I clearly didn't. And that sucks so much. Fuck me. That might be bad. Oh, that is bad. Yeah, that is quite bad. That wasn't even that much damage. The worst part is that I won't even get the life fragment here. Well, I might, actually. Depending on what happens here. Yeah, barely. Oh no, I actually don't get it because I died. What a moron. Should have let it time out. It's alright. This stage is fucking brutal. Yeah, this is not looking very good anymore. Honestly, was quite a shift. Quite a shift. Just because I couldn't dead bomb properly at the beginning of the stage. Alright. I remember these spells being super fucked up, but I don't remember how fucked up. It's been a while. Oh, I definitely should bomb at the middle of this. The amount of damage this is gonna deal, yeah. I don't have enough for a bomb, that's a shame. This one definitely should get bomb at the middle. But even getting bomb at the middle doesn't do that much. Not as much as I would think. Which is quite incredible considering the amount of bullets there are there. And then there is this one where you have to run. Pretty much. Just run away. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Wow, that was super close. I have 2 lives. I also had 2 lives when I did this with Rain Way. Obviously that was Rain Way. But I'm surprised I even reached stage 5, to be completely honest. Stage 5 with Rain Movie. I didn't do that badly. It's a shame that I could have more resources if I had properly dead bombed the beginning of a stage 4, but you know, it's the way it is. You know, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I shouldn't try to go so much for dead bombs. Maybe I should preemptively bomb more, but I don't think that's a particularly smart idea, you know. Also, I definitely should time this out, most likely. Most likely this should be timed out. Oh, but actually this bomb might ruin my plans. Or no. Wow, I almost got hit at the end. Right there, especially Odin patterns, I don't think I can do much when it comes to bombing and dealing damage. So I don't think that not timing that out is a good idea. worst part is that if you do this section properly, oh, that might be a problem. No, I'm fine. But yeah, if I do that section properly, I could actually not even bomb it. But I did need to bomb it, unfortunately. Ooh, that was pretty close. Well, I wonder what the outcome of this is gonna be. Who knows, right? What the outcome could possibly be. This pattern is super fucked up, dude. The difference in speed between the blue bullets and the needle bullets is just ridiculous. Yeah, that's it. Not much I can do here. Yeah, right there I couldn't do much. For Rei Movie, she got arguably the worst bomb. I wouldn't say she has the worst bomb. I think that Marisa C and Reimu C have way worse bombs. Because if I'm not mistaken, Reimu C's bomb is even worse than this one, even though it's constant, so it doesn't matter where you do it. But you know, it's very low. And Marisa C also has a bomb that doesn't deal any damage. Sure, it's supposed to be a way to bomb and forget about getting hit, but it's very shitty, you know. I wouldn't say that Rei Movie has the worst bomb. You could say she probably has the fourth worst bomb, but I don't think it's worse than the than the C variants, basically. I think that the C variants are way worse than Rei Movie. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me for today. It's a shame that I couldn't reach stage 6, but honestly Odin is really fucked up, you know. Not much that can be done there. In any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow with Tetris, the normal Saturday Tetris. So yeah, have a good one, and take care everyone.